That's such a good fucking statue of the Lich
I don't
King.
think I knew what we were making as we were developing WoW. I didn't know what all the systems in this game were supposed to be. All I knew was that we were building something huge and amazing and beautiful.
Yep.
When I was hired onto the World of Warcraft team, I think it was under the title of 3D artist.
I was hired on as an associate quest designer.
Oh, this is.
So I joined World of Warcraft as one of the original first 2 quest designers. It was myself and Pat Nagel.
My name is Patrick Nagel. I started working at Blizzard in 1997.
Wait, Nat
My name is Tom
Pagel.
Chilton, and the first game I worked on here at Blizzard
Wait a second.
was World of Warcraft.
Woo!
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Look at this.
Oh my god.
Onyxia by the end of the play session?
Yeah, we got this.
Do I need to go back?
Vaguely remember.
Holy shit, man.
What is it? What is this template thing, and do I need to worry about it,
Oh
Alex?
my
You guys
god.
did work on this.
Look at all the.
You never forget your first thing,
Wow.
as it were, that you add to the game. You just don't.
I can't say I really remember.
The first quest
Okay.
I made was Kobold Camp Cleanup.
Bingle's
right.
Lost Tools, or I believe it's called Bingle's Missing Supplies.
I feel like, man, I really should have remembered that.
So the very first thing that I worked on and added to the
Green
game
Hills
was
was
some of the
Stranglehold, right?
earliest quests in Westfall.
We
Oh,
had a
thank God.
few
Okay,
things
I
in
thought it was-
game. They were like these really old buildings that somebody else had built, and it almost looked like they had just pulled them out of Warcraft 3.
Okay.
And so
They
I
basically
started
did,
working
as far
on
as
the
I
Gold
knew.
Shire Inn.
You deliver some mail to a sheriff. So that's what we're doing right
Are
now.
you reading the note that Marshall McBride gives you?
I think I wrote it.
What? What?
You probably
Well, it was,
did.
it was reading the
With
quest.
crayon.
Can you believe that?
The way
Wow.
that we went about it was interesting and very naive. Because we
Holy
didn't know
shit,
what we were
man.
really making then. We had an idea of what we wanted to make,
Yeah.
but the reality would become clear as we got into alpha.
That was the way some of the development on that project went. But the team was just so into everything that we were doing. And we were so passionate about it that sometimes you would just come up with an idea and you thought it was great.
Tiggle.
And you would just do
Oh
it.
boy.
Working on a lot of different things at the same time was, of course, a challenge too. There were the talents, there was the class design, there was the
Yeah.
auction house, there was PvP, there was like a lot of different stuff going on at once.
I think it was the first time I've seen a group of human beings so singularly motivated and passionate about
shit.
anything in my life.
I think they really just
Oh,
wanted
shit.
to make a massively multiplayer role-playing game that they wanted to play. And I mean, that's what I got, from it, and that's
They
why I wanted to
play.
join.
That's right.
You guys remember when he had to do these quests? I literally freaked about this because I was like, it was one of my first like you must do this, and I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, it's got to be amazing. And so like, I'm gonna name this guy something awesome.
Vulcan Isengard.
Right?
It's like Isengard and strategy.
Everybody's planning. We are planning our WoW Classic experience right now. And so we're trying to decide, do we want to be Horde or Alliance? I was always the main tank. My wife was the main healer. Do we want to do that again?
There
or
you
do we
go.
want to switch it up?
Ironically
There you
enough,
go,
I
dude.
go through some of the same like considerations about what character class to play. Like, all those same questions that were bubbling around in my head 15 years ago are bubbling in my head again, and there doesn't feel like there's an absolutely right answer, which is probably a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go through the Dead Mines with them as well. I mean, it was like, I think it was the first dungeon we ever made. It had a
Really?
great
Wow.
story.
That's a really good start.
You're
Holy
in the
shit.
dungeon.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Well, not
No,
the
we haven't-
dungeon itself.
Okay, yeah, we're.
This is the public.
public.
Oh, there, oh, Jeff's going.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
How did people ever figure this out?
I wonder.
It's kind of bittersweet to think about playing the game again
Oh my god.
because there was something so
Was that the
special
original release?
when it launched.
Wow.
And I can only hope that as I
Holy
play it
shit.
again, it can reignite that sense of exploration and discovery and the sense of the unknown.
And at some point during gameplay, it's like whatever that initial thing was that grabbed you the first time 15 years ago, it just kind of grabs you again.
I need heals. I need heals.
I don't have it. Oh, you're going down.
Oh my god.
They got nerfed that, dude. Yeah, they got nerfed
I
that,
still
man.
feel like so much of the magic is here in the game, and I wasn't actually expecting that. Yeah, how much it holds up and how much of the the things
I
that
like how they're
kind
just
of
like all
drew me into the
balding
game
dudes.
are still there.
But I,
Wait,
These
did
are
you
the
guys
architects
bald?
of the
Did you guys
greatest game
get
ever.
the sheep?
What do you mean?
Doing?
For me, it goes past the playing, the nostalgia that you get of playing the content, and it takes me to another time of a younger me in a different mindset even.
I remember during development the first time that I took a Griffin ride. And I'll never forget that experience of realizing that everything that I was flying over was real and connected, and it was this world for me to explore.
I go back to a quote from Chris Metzen. Chris always said that the main character of World of Warcraft is the world. Something that WoW Classic had
I
that
thought
was
was
so
your
important to the
character.
original experience was sense
That's
of
a
world.
big fucking. Well, think
you had
about
to run
that.
everywhere. So it really made you think about travel and pacing.
One of the reasons WoW is so successful is that the world itself really draws you in, and there's so much character, especially in those early zones.
There was so much creative energy and passion that it made up for some of the inexperience sometimes.
There he is,
Everybody
dude.
on the team so ardently desired to create the coolest possible thing that they could. And every day we went into work and we poured our heart and souls into the project. And I think that's the reason it came together and into the game that it is today.
It's such a degree of fidelity that millions of people could potentially, many millions of people could potentially come and play this thing that
They
really
will.
changed us as developers,
They
changed
will.
us as a company.
I'm really excited. There's going to be a bunch of people who've never played World of Warcraft before. They're going to get to experience pretty much what somebody a generation before them did and have that magical moment.
I mean, I think we should keep it hard like
Holy
this,
shit,
and
dude.
the people who want to do it, it's just gonna be a really fun way to play WoW.
I think there's
That's
something
right.
to be said
That's
for going
right.
home again, which is something that we don't get in our lives on a normal basis.
Keep it hard.
I think that's a special and exceedingly rare thing to be able to do, and I think that WoW Classic gives those people that opportunity to experience again what home feels like.
See, this is what we've been waiting for, man. Look at these comments. I'm hoping returning to our roots will help strengthen and make retail WoW better. Me too. You think you do, but you don't. However, we did. Best game ever created. I can't wait for Classic launch. Fuck, man. Shit, dude. It's like maybe 3 years ago, dude. But I can't imagine seeing all the original devs playing together. You know what I mean?
This because I was
Did you ever expect that we would ever see something like this 3 fucking years ago? All the devs playing Classic WoW. No Chris Metzen? Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't have Chris Metzen. But they had all the other guys. All these guys made the game. I would have never fucking expected to see this happen, man. Are all of them at Blizzard now? I think they're all at Blizzard still. I'm not really sure. Like the video? Yeah, we're gonna give this a big fucking thumbs up, dude. I'll link you guys the video right here. 2005 BlizzCon Jeff. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of those fucking videos, man. There are 4 pretty much the only ones left. Yeah, what the fuck, man? It's really, really fucking badass to see that, man. I'll say that for sure. Some guys, and look at all these guys, right? These are old dudes that got gray beards at this point. They're balding a little bit. And these are the dudes that made and played WoW 12 Reddit dislikes. Well, no, those are Alabaster Griffin owners right there. There are 12 Alabaster Griffin owners who were downvoting that video. They're like, oh, son of a bitch, man. It's not going to be as good as it was. People are not going to like it. They're not even going to play for 5 minutes and do one quest. I can't do this anymore. I got to go back to fucking BFA, dude. These fucking losers. No, that's what it's going to be, man. And everybody knows it. That's me. Wait, what? That's not me, dude. I fucking love Classic WoW. I love this meme, right? That just because I said the game wouldn't last for a million years, everybody's like, oh, he hates it. What do you mean I fucking love Classic? What are you even talking about? Oh, people don't even believe what they're saying? No, they do. There were genuinely people they are anti-Classic. Like, I can understand, like, being like, you know what, I'm not gonna play Classic. You know, I have some people in, like, my guild and friends of mine that are like, you know what, you know, I don't really care a whole lot about Classic. You know, it was cool back then. I maybe played back then, or maybe I didn't, and I don't have time to play anymore, so I'm just not gonna play Classic because I can't play the way I want to, right? And like, those people, it's fine, right? It's just, that's life. But with these other people, you know, they go around and this is like a big fucking thing to them. Like, the part of their self-definition is the fact that they don't like Classic WoW. It's just fucking insane. Like, listen, if you're like that, I mean, I really feel bad for you, man. Let me just say that. I really fucking feel bad for you. Creators of the game, which made Ian who he is today, they should be regarded as the high respect as Blizzard employees and CEOs. But listen, like, the whole thing, and like, this whole, like, I don't know, like, this is kind of a loud song. It's just like the whole idea of like Classic WoW and just like going back and playing with your friends and everything like that. All of these things, I mean, they defined like an entire generation of gamers, and like almost every single person, you think about this right now, almost every single person that's on Twitch right now played WoW. Almost every single one. And if you want to think about that, yeah, think about it. Let's see, what about that? No? Okay, think about it. Soda, Shroud, Tim the Tatman, let's see, even the Fortnite guys. Let's see, who else? Who am I thinking of? Summit, Lyric, let's see, Towley, XQC, Cloaksy, let's see, Greek did, let's see, Alinity, Forzen, I don't know about Forzen, I'm not sure, Moon, Wreckful. Wow, do you think about it, like, I would even probably say the majority of a lot of the top Twitch streamers, right? Maybe like there are some FPS players that don't fall into this category, but a lot of the Kriparian, think about Kriparian, all of these guys, Swifty, I mean, yeah, obviously Swifty, all of these guys are where they are today, you know, in some part because of WoW. And I think that needs to be remembered. Crip said he won't play WoW Classic anymore. Well, he's a busy guy now. He's like married and he has like a wife and he's got like, you know, a bunch of other shit he's got to do, right? I mean, he might not have time to do it. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with it anymore. PewDiePie played WoW. Almost every single person played WoW, you know what I mean? And that's really the point that that I'm making here, is that a lot of these guys and everything like that, they're like, you know, their existence in some degree, in some way, was influenced by WoW. And I think that means a lot, man. Played since vanilla. I have a WoW tattoo, Jimmy. Like, there are all these guys that are like, you know, gamers or whatever, like nowadays, that maybe started off playing WoW. Like Total Biscuit, there's another one right there. Rest in peace, but Total Biscuit was, you know, got a lot of his start playing WoW. Jesse Cox, same with him. Yeah, I mean, fuck, man, there's so many of them. And you think about how much of the world of gaming that we have now that's been influenced by Classic WoW, and it's really kind of staggering. And it's incredible, too. Mathol, PoE streamer, I'm sure he probably did. I mean, a lot of people that play PoE, I've talked to some of them, and because I played the game, too. A lot of them, they, what do you call it? They played WoW as well. Of course they did. Almost everybody did. Retail WoW, going back to the core of retail, I think that retail WoW, like, there are a number of things about current WoW that are, I would say, like improvements over Classic, right? They make the game generally better. Like the mount tab, for example. I think the mount tab just makes the game generally better. Same as like the pet tab. Like, why should you have to have the pet in your bag? Why can't you just summon it like a spell from like another book, right? I mean, there are some things. Cosmetics, well, cosmetics were a thing even in Classic, right? I mean, cosmetics aren't bad. Like, the reason, like, a lot of gear, right? I mean, like, seeing somebody in Dreadnought gear was cool because Dreadnought gear looked cool. That was one of the big reasons for it. And so there are tons of things. Red Defias Mask. Yeah, there's plenty of great cosmetic rewards. Now, obviously, it's not the only thing in the game that matters. And yeah, you know, actual gear matters more in Classic. That's absolutely true. But at the same time, the idea of cosmetic rewards does matter a lot. I absolutely feel that way. I've always felt that way. I think cosmetic rewards are part of like the main, they're one of the main rewards in the game, right? Especially nowadays they are. Purple items are significant now. Purple items are more significant than they are now. Yes, they are. I mean, obviously there are a number of purple items that are relatively easy to get in Classic WoW, but I mean, compared to how easy they are to get now, yeah, I mean, you can get purple items now at like level 10. You can Titan Forge a quest reward at level 10. Did you guys even fucking know that? I hope not, because whenever I found that up, I was pretty fucking upset, okay? I definitely was. World of Mountcraft and World of Cosmetic Craft. Well, the thing is like, I don't think the game should be designed around cosmetics, but I think cosmetics should matter, right? I mean, of course they should. And like certain cosmetic changes like that. Now transmog, I don't like transmog. I don't think they should have they should have put transmog in the game. I was never really a big fan of it. But that being said, obviously there are other good things about the game that have changed. And I'm not saying like everything about current game is good or everything about classic is bad, but there have been positive changes over the years. Like here's another small example, like automatically dismounting whenever you're going to attack something from getting off of your mount. I consider that a good change to the game. That is a good change. Okay, do you remember your first Chromagus kill? Yeah, it was in BC, dude. I never rated BWO in Classic, dude. I could never get into a guild, man. Like, I could only do like certain casual raids on like maybe the weekends because like I was a fucking scout. I was like a kid, so I had to go to my dad's on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I could never fucking raid. And like, no, if I was able to raid, listen, if I was able to raid back then, holy fuck, dude. I would have raided, like whenever I was actually able to, right? I would raid every night. Our raid nights were Sundays through Thursdays. Sunday night through Thursday night, 5-night raid week. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, you know, some people would go out and have friends, but the rest of us, we would go and we would do, you know, maybe tier 5 content. Maybe we'd go and do Karazhan runs. This is in Burning Crusade. And yeah, we'd raid all the fucking time. And we'd raid every fucking night, man. And it was beautiful. I loved it. I never played WoW, but why is Classic such a big deal? It's just like, basically, if you've never played WoW, a good way to look at it is like, you know how the people that complain about Fortnite because, you know, they've changed the game in a way and people idealize some version of Fortnite as the best version? Well, for the majority of players, I think many of them consider Classic WoW to be the best version of the game. And after that, there were things that came into the game that they feel like devalued. Don't listen to the song right now. They devalued the experience to a point where it didn't feel the same as that player wanted it to feel. And I think that's basically what happened. And TBC, well, yeah, no, everybody has like an opinion, right? But I think if you were to poll most people, if you could only have one thing in the game, they would probably say vanilla WoW. And I don't know, I'm just like guessing, and I'm basing it off of like, you know, the interests that I've observed over the years, right? People are only saying, you're only saying TBC because you know you're getting Classic. If Classic wasn't going to come out, because I did polls like this before, right? And everybody overwhelmingly said they wanted vanilla. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. I think that most people obviously would want vanilla. If you were to poll everybody like before the release, right? Before the release of Classic WoW, and you would ask them, which one do you want? Do you want BC or Classic WoW? I would say 80% of people would probably say Classic WoW. And obviously some people would not, but you know, the majority I think would. And this is obviously just like me guessing. Of course, it's just me guessing. But that's basically where I'm at. Straw poll, there's no reason to straw poll it anymore. There's no reason because the game's already out. It's already changed. The fact that the game has been announced to be vanilla WoW changes people's perspective in their voting. So there's no way for you even to vote on it on a natural way, right? We make classic snackies at launch. I've actually thought about doing an IRL stream, going to like Walmart and stuff, and going and shopping and getting all my snacks and everything that I need for Classic WoW. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, though. We'll see what's going to happen.